Welcome back to our Hatha Yoga class. It's a lovely day in Kiyu in our yoga room. So I'd like to share with you our 45 minutes of Hatha Yoga. We start with some Qi Gong to warm up our body, get our Qi and energy flowing before we come down on our hands and knees to work on our spinal health, some core strength, and upper body strength, and then we'll have some standing postures to strengthen our core and legs muscle, and that's our plan for today. So let's stand comfortably. Before we get to our Qigong exercise, just take a moment to sense into your body. So standing, feel each of your toes connected to the floor with your mat, sensing the energy flowing from the heels into your ankles, calves, knees, thighs, into your hips. And let's relax your belly, relax your chest, relax your shoulders, and soften your face. Just taking a moment here, feeling your breath. Allow your breath to move in and out through the nostrils softly. As you breathe in, we draw in Qi and Prana into our body. Breathing out, letting go of tension and tightness. As you continue to take a few more rounds of this nourishing breath, perhaps take this opportunity to check in with yourself. How are you feeling physically, mentally, energetically? Perhaps do a quick body scan to sense if there are any tight spots in the body. And if there are, let's direct your breath there. Breathing kindness, softness into your heart space. And breathing out, allowing any things that don't serve us to dissipate. Next inhalation, when we're ready, let's move into our Qi Gong exercise. So Qi Gong, as the name suggests, is to do with Qi, which is prana, life force. Gong is like Kung Fu, so martial arts, so strong stand. We want to stand with slightly further than hip width distance. Allow the toes to point sideways. Bending the knees to solid legs, as if someone were to push us, they can't push us down. So bending the knees. We do our lifting earthy energy, channeling into heaven energy. So very strong exchange, if you like. So we breathe in through the nostrils and breathe out, standing and lifting the energy, breathing out through the mouth. So we'll do 9 times of this earthy heaven energy breathing together. So when we're ready, bending down the knees, inhale. 3, 5, 7, 9. So the next round of Qigong, we will do our hugging Auntie Alice. So again, standing solid, strong legs, opening with our inhale, and then exhale, we use our fingertips to tap into the center of our heart. So it's a stimulating breath to stimulate our heart getting energy into our center of our heart space here. So solid, strong, warming exercise. So when we're ready, solid micro bending the knees. Inhale, exhale, 9 times. 3, 5, 7, 9. So once you've done this 2 Qi Gong exercise, let's make our body loose if you like, bouncing, tapping the body sideways, back way, maybe giving the shoulders a tap, making the turn as small or as big as you want. So feeling the warmth you just generated from the 2 rounds of Qi Gong exercise. Do it in the morning. Here in Japan, it's winter, so it can be cold, and back home in Australia or wherever you are, you may have a different weather, but whether it's hot or cold, doing something like this in the morning, get the Qi flow, get the energy going into the body, can be quite a nice way to start the day wherever you are. So when we're ready, let's come down onto our hands and knees. We'll do some cat-cow to warm up our spine. So come into your hands and knees. If your floor is a bit hard, feel free to use a folded blanket as an extra cushion for your knees. So coming into hands and knees, we want to make sure that our hips are stacked above the knees, shoulders are on top of the wrists. We spread all our fingers, middle fingers pointing to the front of the mat. So inhale, firstly tucking the toes, feel each of your toes stretching, bending the elbows, eye gaze to the front of the mat to cow. Inhale, push the floor away, chin to chest, round the spine and tuck the toes to cat. Inhale, back to cow, tuck the toes, arch the back, bend the elbows, eye gaze to the front. Exhale to cat, round the spine and tuck the toes. Let's do 2 more rounds of cat-cow with the rhythm of your own breath. Feeling your breath moving in and out through the nostrils. We're mindful that we're just arching and rounding the spine without moving the hips back or front. When you have finished the second round of breath, let's tuck the toes and turn and look towards the right little toe. So bring our spine into a C shape, breathing into the side body. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, let's turn to look towards the other little toe. So breathing into the side body, keeping your elbows soft. Inhale back to the center. Let's do 1 more round of cat-cow. Inhale to cow, exhale to cat. Inhale back to the center. If you need to give your wrists a gentle release, feel free to do so. Shake your fingers and wrist. And when we're ready, we'll come back down into our hands and knees. We'll do our bird dog pose. Great posture to strengthen our core strength, our stabilizing muscles. So when we're ready, coming back into hands and knees, check again before we move that our hips are stacked above the knees, shoulders above the wrist. Tucking the toes in, so giving us a solid foundation. Draw the belly button in. 1 more breath in here, and then inhale, lifting your right arm, can be shoulder height or just a little bit. Stretching the arms, stretching the arm out, stretching the fingers. 1 more breath in here, draw the belly button in. Next inhalation, extending the left leg out, flexing the toes. So staying in center, not allowing your body to roll to the right or left side. strong core require. One more breath in here. And then if you like, either stay in stillness and use your core to draw your body center, or we can flow this when you're ready. Inhale, drawing elbow to knee, round the spine. Exhale, extending, flexing the toes when you extend the leg. One more, inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, extending. And then from here, we'll move our arm and leg in opposite direction. Again, mindful that your body is staying center. So not rolling to the right or left side as your arm and leg moving to opposite direction. Finishing the second round and then lowering the hand, lowering the knee. Let's lift and give the hands a gentle release. So we feel warm very quickly by working on our bird dog because we're using our core to drive the movement, not using momentum. So you're building solid core strength and using our stabilizing muscles to hold us into the center. When you're ready, let's move to the other side. So coming back down into tabletop position, tucking the toes. One more breath here. Draw the belly button in. When you're ready, inhale, lifting left arm up. One more breath in here. Exhale, extending right leg long, flexing the toes. And sensing your core engaged. One more breath. Either stay in stillness or if you like a movement, moving with your breath. So inhale, drawing elbow to knee, round the spine. Exhale, extending, flexing the toes as you extend the leg. One more. Inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, extending. And then we move the arm and leg in opposite direction with the breath. So inhale and exhale through the nose. Finishing the second round and then coming back to the center, lowering the knees. Let's move our hands now, one whole hand's distance forward. Keep the toes tucked. Bring our shoulders above the wrist. We come into 2 rounds of Cobra push-up or full push-up. When we push up, making sure we're hugging the elbows in, so elbows pointing to the knees, not allowing the elbows to flare out. So when you're ready, inhale, lowering down. Exhale, pushing back into. And then one more in here, moving as slowly as you can. Exhale, lifting. Last round, we'll come all the way down into lying on our belly. And then bring our fingers slightly in front of the shoulders, hugging the elbows into our Cobra. So lifting our chin towards the ceiling if it's comfortable for your neck. If it's not, feel free to keep your chin towards the throat, keeping your shoulders away from the ears. One more breath in Cobra. And then when we're ready, we'll come into our down dog. So hugging the shoulders, hugging the elbows, and armpits in, tucking the toes, knees on the floor as you inhale. Exhale, push back into down dog. So first down dog of the practice, taking your time. If you like, you can walk your dog. So lifting one heel up, one heel down. Keeping your shoulders away from the ears. Keeping
your core engaged, keeping your tailbones towards the ceiling. And when you have enough of down dog, next inhalation, slowly lowering the knees to the floor, keeping the hands where they are. Exhale, pushing back into a wide-legged child's pose. We move this one more time. So inhale, toes tuck, hugging the elbows in, hugging the armpits. Exhale, push into down dog. One more breath, and then inhale, lowering the knees to the floor. Exhale, push back into child's pose. And then one more breath in here before we lift back into down dog. So tucking the toes, lifting into down dog. Inhale, we come into a three-legged dog. Actually, I'll change my side, so keep your down dog. So inhale, lifting our right leg up into three-legged dog. Exhale, bring knee to nose, big step through. Exhale, lower the back knee down. Slowly come up into low lunge. So we check that the front ankle is stacked under the front knee. Lifting our arms towards the ceiling without lifting our shoulders. Coming into low lunge. Drawing the belly button in. Exhale, let's bring both arms to the front of the mat. And then slowly slide your left arm across, the other arm across the body, opening the book. Inhale, closing the book. Exhale, opening back up. Inhale, closing. Lifting back into low lunge for one more breath in here. And then exhale, lowering the hands to the front of the mat. Exhale, half split. Extending the front knee, belly on the thigh, chin to chest. Surrendering here, stretching the back of the legs here. One more round of breath. And then exhale, hands on the mat, tucking the back toes. Bring yourself back into down dog. One more breath in down dog. We'll change to this side. You stay where you are. And then when you're ready, inhale, lifting our left leg up into three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Stepping the front foot to the front, lowering the back knee down, slowly unfurl into low lunge. Breathing, allow the breath to soften. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. One more breath in here, and then let's bring our both hands to the front. Opening the book with the inhale. Closing the book. One more time. So working on our shoulders as well. Closing the book. Inhale, lifting into low lunge. Draw the belly button in. Exhale, lowering the hand to the front of the mat to extend the front leg into half split. Surrendering here. Allow the breath to take place along the back of the body. One more breath in here. And then let's step the back leg to the front of the mat. If you like, you can hold your opposite elbow in ragdoll and just allow the body to surrender here. You can also rock from side to side. Shake your head yes or no. And then if you hold your opposite elbow, next inhalation, slowly let go of the elbows. Bending the knees, get down to the earth. Inhale. Slowly rise up as slow as you can. Optional back bend at the top. Exhale, hands in prayers. Let's close down the eyes. Allow your thumbs to touch the heart center, sensing your heart pulsating against your thumbs. Sensing the warmth, the energy that you just created in the core, in your legs, in your shoulders. Sensing the joy of your breath, feeling alive, active, and happy. Let's take one more breath in here. Next inhalation, let's open our eyes, let's open our arms. We'll come into doing some work for our balance, our hips, our pelvic floor. So if you have a block, feel free to bring a block. If you don't have a block, that's okay. So what we do with our block, we place it long way between our thighs. So when you have the block between your thighs, you squeeze the block and have that sense when you squeeze the block, your pelvic floor is engaged, your whole legs muscles are engaged. So we come into chair pose. I'll stand it this way. Even if you don't have a block at home, that's okay. You can still imagine you're trying to stop weeing half stream. That's how you engage your pelvic floor. So standing solid, each of the toes gripping with your mat. Inhale, lifting our arms towards the ceiling without lifting our shoulders. Relax the face. Draw the belly button in. Next exhalation, bending the knees, trying to sit in that invisible chair. And if you look, you can still see the toes in front of your knees. In our chair pose, great posture, working on all our legs, muscles, using our core, working on our shoulders. Let's stay here for 2 rounds of breath. Strong, solid, active, and engage all our muscles in the body. 1 more breath. Next inhalation, slowly lifting up, opening up. Let's remove the block. We'll do our chair pose. Feel free to stay the same way, or we will involve a revolve, so working on our oblique as well. So use a block or without a block. Squeezing the block with if you're using one. Inhale, lifting our arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, sitting down. Hands can be in prayers. Either stay here, or if you like, a gentle workout on the oblique. Next inhalation, turning, bring your right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Either stay here or open the arms up and down. Reverse chair, revolve chair. 1 more breath in here. Next inhalation, if your arms are open, let's bring it back into prayers. Turning inward, inhale, lifting up. Optional back bend. Exhale, opening. Beautiful. Let's work on the other side. So if you're using the block, draw the kneecaps in, strong core, squeeze the block. Inhale, lifting the arms towards the ceiling without lifting our shoulders. Exhale, bending down, hands in prayers. Strong, draw the belly button in, engage your core, engage the pelvic floor. Next inhalation, either stay here or if you want to work on the oblique, turning and bring your left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Either stay here or open your arms. Strong, solid. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. One more breath in here. Next inhalation, palms in press. Slowly inhale, lifting ourselves back up. Optional back bend. Exhale, opening. Beautiful. Let's remove the block to the side and just bounce and let go of any tension anywhere. And then when we're ready, we'll come into doing some sun salutation. So whole body postures that involve every part of the body. So standing in the front of the mat, standing with hip width distance, inhale, lifting our arms up, optional back bend. Exhale, we fold forward, hands on the legs, slowly round, down, hands on the mat. Inhale, half forward fold, stretching the back side of the body. Exhale, bending down, stepping right leg, then left leg into down dog. Inhale, Chaturanga, slowly lower down as slow as we can. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, push back into down dog. Inhale, bring your right foot to the front, then left foot to the front, fold forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, get close to the earth, slowly rise up with the inhale, optional back bend. Exhale, hands in prayers. Do it on the other leg. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, stepping left foot, then right foot into down dog. Inhale, Chaturanga, slowly lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, stepping left foot, then right foot, fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, slowly rise up as slow as we can. Optional back bend. Beautiful. Let's do one more round. Now move to the other side. So when you're ready, inhale, lifting up, optional back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, stepping right leg, then left leg into down dog. Inhale, slowly lower down. Chaturanga. Exhale, up dog. Inhale, back into down dog. Stepping right foot, then left foot, fold. Slowly, half forward fold. Exhale, slowly rise up. Last round to the left side. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, stepping left foot, then right foot, down dog. Inhale, Chaturanga, slowly rise. Come down. Exhale, lifting into down dog. Exhale. Stepping left foot, then right foot, fold. Half forward fold. Slowly rise up with the inhale. Exhale, hands in prayers. Let's close down the eyes. Keep your hands in prayers. Thumbs touching the heart center. Allowing your heart rate to settle. Your blood pressure to settle. Keeping your face soft. Keeping your shoulders relaxed. Sensing the energy flowing from your toes up onto the ankles, knees, thighs and hips, into your belly and chest, up in your collarbone, your neck, all the way up to the crown of the head. And let's take one more round of slow, deep breath here. Sensing the joy and the freedom of your breath. Next inhalation, when you're ready, let's open our eyes, open our arms. We'll come into our balance pose, our tree pose. If you know that your balance is not too strong, please be patient with your practice. No rush at all. Maybe use a wall somewhere. If you have a block at home, feel free to use a block. So this may be your tree pose with one foot on the block instead of on the legs. But before we move into tree pose, let's have some solid foundation in our Tadasana mountain pose. So standing with hip width distance, draw the kneecaps in, draw the belly button in, roll our shoulders, palms facing the front of the mat, then palms facing the back of the mat. And then relax your shoulders. So this is our Tadasana mountain pose, solid foundation, connection with Mother Earth. Feel the energy. And then hands in on the hips. Inhale. Exhale, bending down, get close to the earth. Inhale, lifting your right leg up. Exhale, bending back down. Let's do 2 more rounds of this until you find your balance. You can keep your eye gaze softly on one point in front of you. And once you find your balance, you can either place a foot on the block or below the knee or above the knee, the standing knee. So push the foot into the standing leg. Hands can be continue on the hips or in press. Draw the belly button in. Drishti point on one point in front of you or on the mat. Keep your shoulders relaxed, keep your face soft. Either stay here or if you feel called to, you may lie to grow the tree. If you have lifted your arms up, make sure you have not lifted your shoulders towards the ears. And keep drawing the belly button in. So important to protect our lower back. Let's take one more round of breath in here. Next inhalation, when we're ready, slowly lower the arm back in the heart center. Release the hands, release the leg, and let's shake it all off. If you need the block, then move the block to the left side. Before we do anything up the top, make sure we have solid foundation. So standing legs are strong. Engage each of the toes. Draw the kneecap in, draw the belly button in, roll the shoulders, and then relax the shoulders. Hands on the hips. Inhale, exhale, getting down close to the earth. Inhale, lifting your left leg up.
Do it a few times until you find your balance. There's no rush at all. If you need more time to find your balance, you can take as long as you need to and either place your foot on the block below the knee or above the knee, but not on the knee joint, pressing the foot into the standing leg. So like the tree trunk strong, spreading the root, making that connection with Mother Earth, allowing nutrients and energy from Mother Earth to nurture us. Either stay here, or if you like, you can grow your tree when the time is right. Keeping your drishti point softly on one point, focusing your mind, your awareness on the breath. Draw the belly button in. 2 rounds of breath here, sensing the breath moving in and out through the nostrils. And if you move, embrace the movement, embrace the wobbles, and be patient with your body when you feel ready. Next inhalation, hands in press, and then relax your legs, relax your hands, and just, oh, what happened to my recording? Is it still going? Yes, it is. Okay. We're coming to some cool down now. So when you're ready, you can either come to lie down on your mat, or if you like a flow, a vinyasa to do that, feel free to follow me from standing in the front of the mat. Inhale, lifting our arms, optional back bend, exhale, fold forward. And then stepping into down dog. If you need to do anything else in down dog to stretch out any remaining tension in your calves, your neck, feel free to do so. And the next inhalation, slowly lower the knees on the mat, crossing the calves to come into comfortable seated posture, and then moving into lying on your back. Just keep the blocks handy if you have one. So we come into our figure 4 relaxation here, cool down. So let's bend the knees, so feet are on the floor, arms by the side of the body, palms facing down. Inhale, let's bring our right ankle on top of the left knee. If you have blocks at home, if you want a stronger stretch, feel free to bring a block under your left foot. Let's gently use your right hand to press the right knee away from the body. Or if you want an even stronger stretch, feel free to bring your left knee in at the same time. Maybe either you can also lift your forehead towards the left knee, or staying with your back of the head on the mat. So figure 4 stretch, really great for releasing tension in our hips. Let's take 2 rounds of breath in here. With your next inhalation, if your left foot is lifted, let's now bring your left leg back down on the mat. So move the block away if there's a block on the mat. And then let's bring your left hand to guide your right knee across the belly towards
the left side, extending the right arm along the shoulder. If it's comfortable, to look over the right shoulder. If it's not comfortable, feel free to keep looking towards the ceiling. So we bring the body into a gentle supine twist with a figure 4 leg configuration. Let's take 3 rounds of breath here, breathing into your spine and your back side of the body. Soothing, calming breath. Next inhalation, when you finish your 3rd round of breath, next inhalation, let's gently bring your body back to the center and crossing the right ankle, placing the right foot down, extending both legs long. Let's stay in neutral. If you like, continue to place your hands on your hips to sense the warmth in your hip joints. And then when we're ready, we'll move to the other side. I'll move to this side too. All right. So bending the knees with the next inhalation, placing your left ankle on top of the right knee. Either stay here, or if you want a stronger stretch, you can lift your right foot up and place a block under your right foot. Gently pressing the left knee away from the body with the left hand. If you like a stronger stretch, you may bring your right knee into the chest, keeping your head on the mat or lifting your head up. So do whatever stretch that feels right for you, and be patient with your practice, patient with yourself. There are enough challenges outside the mat, so no need to challenge ourselves too much on the yoga mat. Let's take one more breath in here. Next inhalation, if your right foot is lifted, let's slowly lower the right foot down on the mat, uncrossing the left leg, extending. Oh, I forgot to do the spinal twist. Let's do that again, sorry. So keeping the figure 4 position, let's bring your right hand to guide your left knee across the body, extending the left arm along the shoulder for gentle spinal twist. 3 rounds of breath in here. Either keeping your head towards the left shoulder or keeping your eye gaze towards the ceiling. Breathing softness into your spine and into the back of the body. One more breath in here. Next inhalation, when you're ready, slowly guide ourselves back to the center, and then uncrossing the leg, extending the legs long. Now, if you like to come into Shavasana, feel free to do so. Make yourself comfortable, keep yourself warm. If you like to finish the practice with me, let's hug the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side if it's comfortable to do so. And then eventually rolling to one side. To then press through the hands to come into a comfortable seated posture. Let's bring our hands in prayer, thumbs touching the heart center. Either closing down the eyes or focus on your eye gaze on one point in front of you. Let's take a moment here to tune in to your breath. Again, sensing the joy of your breath. Let's take this time to say thank you to yourself for looking after your health and wellness, coming to the mat, practicing self-care and self-love. And I also like to say thank you so much for giving me your time. I'm so honored to have the opportunity to share with you my love of yoga. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Stay well and stay happy.